Hello there, welcome to Geminme the Podcast Season 2. It's truly an honor to have you listen to my show. This podcast is here to serve as an empowering source, as a community and healer. Remember, you have the power within you to achieve all you desire to be and have. We all have obstacles, doubts, traumas to heal from. The only way to change our life is by changing ourselves. This is why you are here. To discover your unlimited potential and become the person you were created to be. Thanks for tuning in. Geminme is a community of healing and transformation. I encourage everyone to start their healing journey if they haven't yet. Therapy has transformed my life in so many ways, and I am truly grateful for my therapist and the ability to heal. Once you start healing, the sky is not the limit. Don't pay attention to what others might say or think. Therapy is about you, about making you a wholeheartedly human being. Do this for you. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it is through text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient to you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality you expect in in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. More scheduling and flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/GeminmeEmpowers. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/GeminmeEmpowers. I would also share the link on the show notes. Get healed, get right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geminme, the podcast. Today we have an amazing leader, amazing guy and friend, Luis Daniel, also known as Chef Luckie. It's an honor to have you here and to share some time with you. Welcome, Daniel, to our podcast. Could you tell us who is Chef Luckie?
Well, my name is Luis Berrios. Luis Daniel is that was government. That was nice. But yeah, everyone calls me Chef Luckie. Just Luckie. Chef Luckie started about maybe 9 years ago, but it was always been Luckie since I was probably like 10 years old. Like
Where did that come from, actually? I'm curious.
So, me and my best friend Edmar, we used to do a lot of bad things when we were little. We used to get in trouble a lot, and I never got caught getting in trouble.
There you
So Edmar and his family used to say that you're lucky, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. And then in high school, Edmar passed away. So I said that I'll never change my name.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Throughout like even when I graduated high school, like my principal said Luis Lucky Berrios when I got my diploma and all that stuff. Like that's how I was. Yeah, that's how.
That's so sweet. So tell us a little bit more about who you are and what do you do?
So I am an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur. I am a chef. I am a restaurateur. So I own multiple restaurants and businesses. I have a cafeteria which is called Lucky's Cafe. It's in Morristown. And then I have Chloe's Restaurant, which I am partner there at in Patterson. Chef Lucky's Catering is mine, and then Suete Food Truck is another business of mine. And then this year we're launching the coaching and mentoring program to drop in fall of this year, and my book is coming out in fall of this year.
Wow, so you're
Yeah,
doing amazing things.
yeah,
You're
I'm trying.
That's great. That's really good. I feel like, we all have this purpose in life and it kind of evolves as we go. But you're walking it and that's beautiful. That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Best of luck in those endeavors.
Thank you.
I always like to ask, and I know that this is a hard question to ask without like really getting personal. But overall, like without any details if you don't want to get there, but I always ask my guest speakers how their childhood was. For many reasons, right? I always give this background story of why I asked because I feel like our childhood really marks and sculptures like who we are as a person, right? And as an
Right.
adult our life. So in an overall, I guess you can share as much and as little as you want of like how your childhood was.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I grew up with a single mom. So my mom, I was born in Puerto Rico, and then my mom wanted to come to the United States because my aunt lived here, and my aunt was telling her, "Oh, it's such a better life, whatever." But my dad told my mom like uh, he didn't want to come. So like my mom literally just left and like brought me and my sister over here, and that was rough, to be honest with you. Like if you sit and think about it, like I went through a rough childhood. We moved a lot. My mom worked like multiple jobs, so she wasn't home all the time. It was tough. It was tough growing up. It was no easy path, whatever. I mean, I grew up in nice areas. I grew up in bad areas. I lived in a shelter for a couple of years. So it's like that's why like for me personally, that's why it's almost impossible for me to give up on anything because of that. Because like I literally can, like, even right now I can sit here and remember all those horrible things, and now I think about it, and like that's why if you see behind me, that's why there's all these toys and all this other stuff. It's because these are all the things that I wanted, but my mom couldn't afford, and I never asked because I knew she couldn't. So I just kept like this imaginary thing, and then when I became better off in life, I was like, well, I'm gonna get everything I've ever wanted,
I
and
love that. That really
that's what all this stuff is. It's
that's
literally like a playhouse.
that's so beautiful. And actually that really struck a chord with me because I also grew up with a single mother and I didn't ask for anything really, because of the same reason, right? Because I saw that she was working hard. It was me and my little sister, so she's always been like the breadwinner, working
Right.
hard, never at home. And so, and that I felt like that really like followed me throughout, where you don't expect and you don't ask, and it's hard for you to receive also, right?
No,
So,
you could ask anyone who really is really close to me. I'm the number one guy. Like I never expect anything from anybody. I've lived off of, if there is no expectation, there
mhm,
is no disappointment.
yeah, that's so true.
So I just don't. A lot of people I feel set themselves up for failure by expecting stuff, and then when it doesn't happen, they get mad or they get sad and it's like those are internal feelings. You have to be able to control that. The outside can't control that, and we allow ourselves. I mean, we allow ourselves to do all that stuff. We stress about tomorrow. We stress about stuff that hasn't even happened yet. It's like, oh, but what if this happens? What do you mean? I'm not worried about that. Like, I can't. You can't worry about that because you live your entire life scared or concerned about what to do, what not to do, and I mean, I listen, and this is me speaking now,
Mhm.
after a lot of like healing and stuff like that. But before I was the same person. I was scared of everything. I never took a chance because what if I failed? And what if somebody ridiculed you for failing or doing something wrong?
Yeah.
And then you just got to find your way. And my mom did that. Like my mom did all that. So for me, it's like I have a cheat code because I've seen someone do it already. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen my mom come from nothing to be where she wants to be and be happy. And then she also got to see her son, who was a wild kid, didn't care about anything, no discipline, no nothing, turn into a man who can sit here and have these kind of conversations on other platforms. I've spoken in colleges, I've spoken in schools for kids that are coming up. I was those bad kids. You know what I'm saying? Like that was me. Like I was those badass kids. So now it's like when someone's like, "Oh, we got a bad group of kids," I'm like, "Yo, let me talk to them."
Yeah.
Because if anybody can get through them, it's me. Because I was you. I literally sit there and I tell these kids like, "Yo, I was you." Like there's nothing you're doing that I didn't do. So
That. I love that.
it's
The
easier.
transformation really is like that's what I see and I really value because, looking back, right, growing up, it wasn't easy. Like you said, like a lot of factors obviously are parenting and the exposure we have at home and what we do have and don't. But in school, like school is tough. Like, I mean, you were part of the cool, I guess, cool, bad.
No, so to be honest with you, it's so funny. Like I was a really bad kid, right? Like I was. I used to fight all the time. I probably got my we used to say my mom had a personal parking spot in my school. That's how much she saw the principal. But I was a straight A student.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
didn't like I was a straight A student. I just never needed to like I didn't do homework. I just showed up and took the test. And it was always an ace. Like
I
honest to God,
see.
I was a straight
You
A
were
student.
natural.
Yeah, I was a straight A student getting like in trouble, like left and right getting in trouble. I mean, it was bad, man. Yeah. I, I, I was a bad person, man. I literally, I remember, like, through the trauma of the reason I ended up living in a shelter, with my mom and stuff like that, and my sister, my little brother as well. The reason we all lived in the shelter, obviously something bad had to happen in order for that shit to happen. Like, we're not gonna sit here and pretend, like, oh yeah, my mom just decided we're gonna go move into a shelter. Like, that's a lie. Something happened for us to get there. So in there, I was I had like built up rage and like upsetness. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget it. It was like the first week of school, and like I put a pencil through a kid's hand. Yeah, but that's. But the crazy part is I was a kid. I don't even like I wasn't even a teenager. Like literally, I was just a pent. Like I had that much emotions pent up,
Yeah.
and even through life, like that continued with me. Like I was always the guy like people, 50 Cent said this the other day, actually. He said, I don't want no problems. If you ask me if I want any problems, the answer is no. I don't want no problem. But when somebody says they want a problem, I say, okay, no problem. I, I don't want the problem, but
Yeah.
I'm okay if you want it. You know what I mean? Because and I joke about that because I was good at it. I was good at fighting. I was good at protecting myself, and that's because I had to be. Like
Yeah.
there was no male adult in my house. It was me.
It was
Like
you,
that's
the
you
oldest,
know what I'm
right?
saying. So right. So no, my sister's the oldest. My
Yeah.
sister is, but my sister's a girl, and you
Right.
also had to make sure that she was okay as a female.
Oh
So it
man.
was tough. It
Yeah.
was tough.
But it's good.
And then coming from all that to here is a completely
Exactly. You know, you
it's a
learn
180 it's a 180 to a different level. Like
and you
people
had
don't
to
even understand it.
go through all that, right? All that rage, all those
To be who I am.
be who you
100%.
are.
100%. No
That
one understands how much pain and trauma it took for
mm,
me to be this calm.
wow.
Like for me to just be like, life is life is life. I mean, the title of my book is called I Woke Up This Morning because that's to me, that's all that matters. Honestly. You woke up this morning, nothing else matters. I mean, if you think about it, if you wake up in a bad mood, you can change it. If you wake up without a job, you can change that. If you wake up, if you can change everything if you wake up. So that's why nothing else really matters. And just
Wow.
waking up is the most important part.
That's amazing. I really needed this. It's like a therapy session for
It's
me.
therapy without a degree. Don't worry about
I love it.
it.
I love it.
That's
Keep it coming.
that's yeah. There was another podcast show, and that's the name of it. It's therapy without a degree, and that's what this is. And honestly, it's just easy to have these conversations with open-minded people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Especially like me as a man, because it's not common. It's very not common for people to talk about feelings or anything like that. It's
Yeah, and
just
that's what really like drew me to you to be like, oh, like I need to go my podcast because I'm a very, very passionate about mental health. And I've gone through my own journey about mental health. in therapy as well, and just battling healing. And I feel like it's so important. But I preach here, let's say preach, right, for lack of a better word, of like ways to like heal and things like that. But it's better when it comes from a male, right?
right.
If you're talking to a male, and I have some, let's say, teenagers or young adults in my life that are males that I talk to and I give them, advice here and there. But I feel like if it comes from a male, like it will like hit
Oh, it's
different,
100%.
right?
It's 100%.
So I feel
Because
like,
they're like, oh, you're a girl, your feelings are different than mine.
mm-hmm,
It's a stigma. It's what we were raised on. Don't cry, you're a boy. You can't cry, don't do this. You're a boy. You're a man. If you cry, you're a girl. If you don't cry, you're a man. And then now everybody's wondering like, who are you if you're crying? Like the old generation. And then now it's like it's becoming a little bit more normalized where people can actually talk about their feelings and say certain things. But even between men, it's more said in confidence than in public. Like there's guys that I can talk to in private about their mental health. But for me, I can talk about it in public because it's part of who I am.
right, you're
And
open to
honestly,
that.
it's a superpower.
Mhm.
Honestly, I mean, I talk to parents with kids who have like ADHD, like me, and I tell them like, yo, your kid's a superhero. Like you just don't know his power yet. Like let him figure it out. But he's a superhero. I say that probably 20 times in my book about it. And I say the same thing. Like my apron is on backwards. It's really a cape. Like I'm a fucking superhero. Like
Yeah.
in in order to be able to control your mind, right? Which seems like a very normal thing to do, right? Like people I would say like 80% of people who don't suffer from ADHD can focus on one thing and
Mhm.
just be like, it's perfectly fine. Like they can sit there and write a book or write a novel or draw paintings for 6 7 hours and be perfectly fine. For someone who has the power of ADHD, we can't do it. We can't. But we can do a book, a painting, and cooking at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we can do it all together.
Oh,
We just can't do
oh.
one. We just can't do one. We can do all three together at the same time, but we can't do one. And like, there's giving they're giving pills and they're giving medicine for that power.
Yeah, it's
and
scary. It really is. Because,
right.
like for example, me, I have ADHD. I haven't been diagnosed and I'm seeking for that, like, I guess, step forward to actually make it official, I guess, like for me, more, obviously not because of anything else. But I'm like looking back, like I used to be taken out of the classroom for like pronunciation and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I was dyslexic, right? I had like, focusing issues and stuff like, let's say issues, right? For like a better word, because like looking back, I wasn't diagnosed. But now that I'm more aware of it, like this is it, like
But
this,
you probably would have never got diagnosed either because your mom wouldn't have taken you to the doctor.
yeah,
Because my mom wouldn't have.
no,
They told my mom I was a bad kid. If you think about everything that I did, my impulse, all that stuff that comes from my ADHD.
yeah,
I just didn't know that when I was 12, 13. And I'm older. I'm way older than you. Like, so I didn't have that. You know what I mean? And even your generation, if you're saying that you literally didn't get diagnosed when you were at a young age or anything like that, that means the stigma of our Latino moms
mm-hmm.
is the same. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same, literally. That's why for me, as a dad, for me personally, that's a huge thing that I do with my kids. I don't play that shit. You sad, you depressed, something's wrong with you. Let's go talk to somebody. Let's go
Yep.
figure it out. I don't care if your school don't agree with it. I don't care. I don't care because my mom didn't do that for me A lot of moms didn't do that. And I just thought that I was just a bad kid. It's not my mom's fault because she didn't know no better. I didn't know no better either.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it's a lack of awareness, obviously, right? Because
Right.
it's just like, oh, let's say like, oh, tremendo, así, or whatever. Like they just, oh, that's it. Like that's it. Like
That's
let
it.
brush it
Well,
off.
for us, it's boys will be boys.
Mm-hmm.
Boys are boys. That's how it was. And it just wasn't, it was, I think honestly, I mean, I believe that it was like, it was a language thing for like my mom and stuff like that. Like, why go to the doctor and try to explain that your son is just travieso and he just likes to fight and he likes to, like to her, that's not a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't see, I mean, it is a problem that I was fighting and all that other stuff, but she didn't think it was a medical problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me acting out or whatever it was. It wasn't, there's something maybe wrong with him. Like mentally, he might need something. And at that age, I don't even know because I'm 41 years old right now. So to go back to when I was 10, that's 31 years ago. I don't remember that far back.
Yeah.
You
Who
know,
remembers
but
what
there
we
was,
did last week? Like I don't remember.
yeah, that's what I mean. But like, to be honest though, I mean, if I think it's like now that I know what ADHD is, and now that I know what other signs of mental health or mental issues, I know what the signs are now. I feel like I can look back at that kid and what I do remember was that that's who he was. Like he didn't know any better, and he didn't know that there was mental health issues back then, or like
Right.
my mom didn't know either, and that's why like I when I go to therapy and we speak about my mom, and I say that all the time, like, like you're like, so do you think your mom, like, do you think it was her fault? I'm like, I don't think it's a fault because I don't. How do you blame somebody for not
No.
knowing something? Like
Mm.
my mom's not a doctor. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you could call my mom right now and ask her anything about dentistry, and she'll fucking tell you everything in the world. But she doesn't know about mental health. She wasn't a doctor like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's different. So it's like it's not nobody's fault. It's society's fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an individual's fault. It's the way we were brought up, and especially again our Latin moms and stuff like that. It's completely different. It's completely different.
Yeah,
I
there's
feel
a
like
lot of things. I like that you're bringing that up in terms of like Hispanics, because I feel like apart from obviously the lack of awareness that was before, there is still a stigma of mental health, and even people who are suffering now,
right
right,
now
are
there still is.
hesitant of reaching out to and like seeking therapy or talking about their problems or saying I need help, right? And it's still a stigma, especially in the males, right? Because they're supposed to be strong, they're supposed to be like, not cry, supposed to like have issues together.
I have crying sessions. Like I literally will like I'll literally like at least like maybe like I want to say like once every 2 weeks. Like I'll just wake up and I'll be perfectly fine. Like no, like not even kidding. Like I would be in a very good mood. I'll wake up and I would literally probably put on like 20 of the most saddest videos you could ever see just so I could cry. Just so I could like just let it out.
Get it
I
out.
just let it all out. And then I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. And they're like, you good? I'm like, bro, I'm great. Like, let's go, man. Like, like it's a recycling. I gotta let them out so that I can use them again. Like, it's a recycling thing. It's not really that like it's okay. It's okay to be in emotions but you have to be that. But like for me, because again, like I said earlier, I don't really expect anything, right? So there's no high expectations. There's no low expectations. I'm very just nonchalant. Things are gonna work out the way they're supposed to work out, whether I go crazy or whether I don't go crazy. It's already set. The plan is set in motion. So there's not really much to go crazy about. And that's that's how I live my life. Like honestly, because it's it's okay to be a strong male figure and be a man and all that other stuff and still be okay with emotions and feelings and therapy and talk like
I love that.
suicide right now is do you understand that more men die from suicide than women? More women attempt it.
Mhm.
More women attempt it, but more men actually go through with it.
So
That's crazy because
yeah.
they have no one to talk to. And if you do talk to somebody, nine, I'm not even nine. You know what? I think the world has changed a little nicer. I'm going to say eight. 8 out of 10 people are probably going to crack a joke about it or say something that's like inappropriate, but to them, it might be like, oh, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
You can't be kidding with someone's feelings because if they trusted you enough to tell you about it, they're trusting you enough to help them with it, you
Yeah.
know, and it's difficult because in my world, in the guy world, that not many people talk about it. Excuse me.
Yeah, of course. And something also that I see like in statistics overall in mental health, I feel like, I see these numbers and even with like violence, like I know April was sexual assault violence and like all these statistics and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is nothing. This is nothing because it's underreported. Like people don't talk about these things, right?
Nobody does.
I speak to so many females like in my circle and like and I feel like every time we get intimate like it comes up like it's more common than we even believe like it's
Right.
crazy.
With females, you're saying.
No, like sexual assault for example, and I
Oh, okay, okay,
obviously
okay.
I'm,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm kind of like twisting it a little bit but it's pretty prevalent right
yeah.
to both let's
Right.
say mental health like having
No,
actual
because a lot of females
reporting
won't report
it
it. A lot.
right.
Yeah, no, it won't happen. It won't. It's easier for in my opinion, it's easier for women to talk about their feelings than to talk about something else as serious as sexual assault or stuff like that. It's easier because this is gonna suck. Um, it's easier because you know what it is, in my opinion. I feel like women are embarrassed or ashamed to say that something happened to them because the first thing that most people say is, "Well, why were you at the club at 2 in the morning?"
Mm,
Or "Why were you drinking so much? Why were you wearing that outfit?"
mm-hmm.
It's like if it's her fault. It's not her fault.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of women won't say nothing. They won't say nothing because you're gonna get judged like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You
shame and guilt around that. And I know I kind of twisted the pot, if you will, but I
No,
felt
I'm cool with
in terms of
it.
like statistics overall, like even in mental health, like, oh, 5 out of 10 people are like, have mental health. I'm like, no, like that is not even close to what it's like the tip of the iceberg because of what I said, right? The shame, the guilt, and the lack of awareness. You name it. Like
I
there's
wake
so much stigma around it.
I wake up every single day depressed. Every day. I just know how to get out of it now. That's all it is.
I love
It's
that.
just a control thing. It's literally I
What
have I have trained myself to give me the stuff that I need to make me feel happy. And I do that every day.
what is that?
So
Like,
so I
take,
wake up in the morning.
how do you feel and like what do you do to like change that?
I literally wake up every morning. If if I set my alarm for 7 in the morning, I'm waking up at 6:30. If I set my alarm for 6:30, I'm waking up at 6. I always wake up before my alarm. I tell myself that I want to wake up and I wake up. I don't there's no games about it. I know it sounds like it's not real, but I promise you, at night I tell myself right before I go to bed, I say, all right, we're gonna wake up at 6 in the morning. And then at 6 in the morning, my eyes open. I thank God. I get up. First thing I do is I make my bed. I don't do a single thing outside of my bedroom until I make my bed. I don't leave. I don't go to use the bathroom. I don't brush my teeth. I don't do anything. I get up, I make the bed, and then I start my day. I go brush my teeth. Well, I turn the hot water on because I hate cold water. So I turn the hot water on. I come downstairs. I turn the coffee on. I go back upstairs. I brush my teeth, stuff like that. And then if I woke up in a sad mood, or if I woke up where I need a little bit of motivation to start my day, because there's certain days where I wake up and I'm just like, bro, let's go. I'm in a good mood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to, I still do the same routine, but I don't need to, for example, I don't need to come downstairs and talk like a child to my dog so she could love me. See,
Mm,
when I'm depressed, I do that because that kind of love is you can't even.
yes, you
Yeah,
can.
I mean, I don't know if you have pets,
I
but
do have two dogs.
okay, okay. So I have a 85-pound pit bull who's like a teddy bear. She doesn't even. She's the toughest, non-toughest dog in the world. So when I really feel like I need love, I'll literally just play with her and She'll just like love me all over, and then I go to yoga in the morning. I go to hot yoga in the morning, and I go to the gym. Clockwork. There's no
Every
clockwork.
day?
If I'm not doing it, I do it 6 out of the 7 days. I try to take one day to
Wow.
just chill.
That's
But
great.
for
That's really
yeah,
good.
for me, it's really discipline. You when you can control your life, you can control everything.
Mhm.
So if you just set your life into a routine, in my opinion, it makes everything around you easier because you're just so structured.
Mhm.
And that's what helps me when I'm having bad days. It's the consistency of doing the same thing. One of those things that you do is gonna switch the way you feel. You just don't know which one
Yeah.
on what day. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So for me, making the bed in the morning some days could be the best thing I did that day because the rest of the day I felt like shit and I had a horrible day. But I made the bed this morning and I took a shower. I tell people that all the time. If you're depressed, one of the biggest signs is when people stop taking care of themselves. The biggest sign. You can believe it. I promise you, the biggest
I
sign in
believe
men.
it. I believe
In
it.
men, it's the biggest sign. When you see, unless it's like you style your beard to have it like styled, like, but if you see a guy who's always clean shaved and then you see like his beard all messed up and he just looks like he's tired, like he's depressed and he just doesn't know how to get out of it. You get what I'm saying? Unless they're growing it to grow it or anything like that, but you can tell the difference, especially for us men, like we could tell the difference. And those are the things that I just don't allow. I mean, when I was depressed, I mean, when I was doing really, really bad, like I wouldn't shower for like days. I wouldn't do my hair. I wouldn't even leave the bed. So forget making the bed. I wouldn't leave the house. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me now, all those things are different. It's like, hey, let's go outside. That's why in the winter, I'm usually hardly ever in North America. Like I try to go wherever the sun is for as long as I can go there
Yeah.
because it's just the sun, the smell of the day, the smell of the grass, all that stuff is just it's very soothing and takes me out of a sad place or takes my mind out of it for a little bit until I can control it again and then get back to the same thing. Now that's my way to do things because my I don't do medicine.
Mhm.
So I don't do like mental health medicine. I hardly do any medicine to be honest with you. A couple many moons ago I was addicted to medicine
Mhm.
where I lost a lot in my life because of that crazy addiction. So I figure out I
I
figure
love
out
that.
more herbs can help
Yeah,
me.
you're more holistic. And I feel like,
Yeah. So
like
I call it Jesus lettuce. I just want to clear that out there real quick. I call it Jesus lettuce. That's what I do. I smoke marijuana to help me calm down and allow me to still function in society without having to be on prescription drugs, which are good for you, but not good for you. If
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Um, I like that. I like the holistic view that you have on it. I feel like, if you really think about it to the T, like even a headache, right? As simple as a headache, there's something, provoking it. There's something kind of, it's either you're stressed, you're frustrated, like there's something in your
Listen,
life
there's
you could change
exactly.
that could take that away. And you don't have to take
You
time if you
you
really
don't
want.
got to take Advil, Tylenol. You don't have to do it.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people that just don't. They're just so accustomed to doing that, to popping a pill. Something's wrong. I'm going to take a pain medicine. Something's wrong. I'm going to do it.
Because that's what they were told, right? Like that's what
Yeah.
kind of
But
normalized. Oh, yeah, you're sick, but with an apathy, that's it, you're done, right? But like if
the only thing I always keep with me, and this is mad Latino now that you said that, because you said it in Spanish. So you're the only thing I always keep with me is Vicks.
oh yes, Yes, all the time, all the time. If I have a headache, it's with the bags.
That's the only thing I keep with me. This is the inhaling one. So it's like
Yeah,
it's the best thing in the world. If I get like a migraine right here, and I just take a couple of whiffs, and
yeah.
like 5 minutes
Oh,
later, I'm like, oh, I gotta love
oh
it.
man, yeah, no, that's so funny because it's true. Like, I don't know if it's the faith behind it or what it is,
I
but it
I
works.
don't know, because I'm the one that usually makes fun of people's folk tales, right? Like
Uh,
you can't go outside with your hair wet because you're gonna get sick, right? Like
yeah.
remember all those crazy things that our parents used to tell us. People still believe it as grown adults. They still believe this. I'm like, bro, your parents lied to you, bro. Like they lied. They have lied to you over and over. But no, it's because the way we were raised. Honestly, it just goes back to all that. Everything that we go through for us is because of what we learned from someone. You know what I'm saying? And then you you have to believe it, one, because the people that were telling you were older than you. So you had to believe it because you were a child. Uh your mom wasn't lying to you, right?
Mhm.
That's the thought you were thinking. Your mom ain't lying, your
She knew
dad ain't
better.
lying,
She knows
your
better.
uncles, your aunts, they're all telling you the truth because why would they lie to you? You
Mm.
know? And then you grow up and they were full of shit. All
Yeah,
of them.
all of them. All of them. You're like, what? Like, what? You're
Every
like
one of
50
them.
years old, right? You look at it like I was telling my goddaughter, and her parents are going through something, some divorce right now. And I told her, I was like, if you feel like you want more love from them, like communicate it because they don't know anything. They're just going through life just as you are learning. They don't know anything about their feelings, let alone yours. Like if you want something, you need something from them, tell them because they're figuring it out, And
No,
it's
to
this
be honest though, that's
expectation that we have.
no, I
Our
agree.
parents know everything, and they should know that they're parents, right? But they don't. They don't know anything.
When you like what you just said about if you want love, you should ask for it and stuff like that, especially from your parents. Right? I agree. I was I was on the very fortunate side of that.
Mm-hmm.
We had nothing, but we had love.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't honestly, man, like I was married before and I remember there was times where we would be in an argument because I wasn't financially providing what I should have at the time and stuff like that. I was, I wasn't doing well. And I remember saying like, yo, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but my mom did it on love, so love's gonna pay the bill somehow. Like, because like honestly, like that's how I felt growing up. Like, yo, it didn't matter about anything. Like, as long as we loved each other and like my mom loved us and we loved our mom, like, yo, she was gonna figure it out, bro. So I grew up with the mentality like, yo, love's gonna pay the bills.
I love that. If you
Like
think
if my
about it,
mom did
that's
it,
what it is about. Like money, comes and goes. Time obviously goes more than it comes.
yeah,
But it's like at the end of the day, if you have love and you support each other, and that could be obviously your parents, a spouse, whatever
exactly.
it is, like you can figure it out, right?
No, but it was so funny because I remember that. I remember that clear as day. I was like, yo, my mom did it on love, bro. So we gotta figure this shit out.
We gotta figure it out. We have love, so we have to do this.
We gotta figure this out because my mom did it, so we gotta figure it out.
That's so
But
cute.
even now, like with my kids, they live with my ex-wife and all that stuff. And even with my kids now, like I don't I mean, even people that like that my friends that are around me, they'll say it all the time. They're like, bro, I love how you are with your kids. Like my son is 18 years old. The minute he comes wherever I'm at, if he works with me at the restaurant, he works for me at the cafe, all that stuff. But whenever I walk into a room or he walks into the room, the first thing is a kiss on his forehead, a hug, and I love you. And when he leaves, like I'll be sitting at the bar talking to someone, he'll come behind me, hug me, kiss me like on my neck, and he'll like, "Oh, I love you." And that's how I raise him. Like
I love
I
that.
want him to be able to say I love you and all that other stuff. Like I have two daughters in the same stuff. I'm all the time. I love you. I love you. Hey, you're okay. You want to talk? You want to go for a ride? You can talk. I don't have to say shit. Like I'm your dad when I'm supposed to be your dad, but I'm your guy. Like if you need me, I'm your man. It's like I got you. You know what I mean? That's how I am with the kids because it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that for me. I didn't have my
Yeah.
dad. My dad. I got to see my dad. It's not like he wasn't in my life. I don't want to pretend that my dad wasn't in my life. But my dad lived in Puerto Rico. So the only time I would see my dad was in the summer. My mom would send me to Puerto Rico. to spend time with my dad.
Mhm.
But that's it. So like I didn't have until later on when I was a little older, my mom was in a relationship. That's when we had another male in the house and stuff like that. But we didn't have that, and statistically, it's single parent, single mother homes. Well, it's crazy because I said this yesterday. I shared this yesterday to Josie, but single mom homes is the worst place to raise kids in.
Mm.
Statistically, it's the worst place. It's the worst place. Yeah, I forgot what I think it was 80% of people in jail right now come from single mother homes.
Wow.
Mm.
I didn't
The
know.
statistics are I'll send you the same clip so you can hear it. But literally the statistics on single mother homes are the saddest things I've read yesterday. Yeah.
And how
So
much
to
they
see
like
you,
work, right? And how
huh?
much I said, and how much they work and they sacrifice, to like
Exactly.
make it
No,
happen.
exactly.
And
No.
obviously, like we turned out good, so we
But
made.
that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like, if you do the work, you don't have to be the statistic.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just doing the work. And that's the easiest thing to say, but the hardest thing to do is to put in the work because everybody wants to get better,
Yeah.
right? Everybody wants to get healthy. Everybody wants to look better, sound better, feel better, all this other stuff. But they don't want to wake up at 5 in the morning to go to the gym. Or they don't want to eat chicken instead of pizza or stuff like that. They don't want to because that's
Actually,
hard.
thank you for mentioning that. That kind of segues to a question I had for you. And um, you kind of touch upon a little bit, but I wanted to ask you what keeps you motivated and disciplined? Because I'm so impressed with like your drive. And I also realized that you have also had a transformation in like your body and mind in the
Yeah.
past. And so I
So
want
that's what so
to highlight
that's
that.
how started everything. That's what started everything. So to be honest with you, I started my businesses a while ago, obviously. But if you ask me and I tell the story the same way I always do, it took 12 years to become an overnight success.
Mm.
I've been doing this forever. I feel like I have, right? I feel like I've been doing this forever. And in the last 4.5 years, my life changed. I went from being a behind the scenes chef where I wasn't in the limelight. I wasn't the center of my business. Um, the food was always mine, but me personally, I wasn't. I wasn't the forefront. I was very uncomfortable in my body. I used to weigh 326 and a half pounds.
Wow.
So yeah,
Look at you
so
now.
I was
Look at you now.
I I weigh 172 yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was 172. Yeah, but I want to stay there. I'm trying to stay between like 170, 175.
What did it take for you to like get out of that place?
What say wait, say it again. What was the question?
What did it take for you to like be like, no, like I have
Everything. It
to.
cost me everything. I lost everything, basically. I lost everything. There was either yeah, I hit rock bottom, man. If I'm being honest. I was depressed. I was literally just released from the hospital for at the time. So at the time I was released from the hospital for to be honest with you, suicide attempt. And that was it. And then I had a conversation with a counselor. That's what he was. He wasn't a psychiatrist. He was a counselor. And I had a conversation with him, and he said something about my kids, and that was it.
Mm,
And that changed my life. And then when I went to the doctors, my regular doctor, I had sleep apnea. I
mm,
had diabetes. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, think that's it. Maybe more. Not really sure. And then and then he
That
goes,
was
yo,
enough.
how old? He goes, yeah, that was enough. He's like, how old is your son? He's like, your youngest son. How old is your youngest son? And I was like, oh, he's 10. I think he was no, probably like 8 or 9 at the time. And he goes, yeah, you won't make it to his 15th birthday.
Wow.
And I was like, what? So I did what you had to do. And I took control of my health. Um, and then everything else literally changed. Everything from that moment changed my whole life. And it changed and it's funny because you know how when people say all the time, they're like, oh, one thing can change your whole life. Nah, I am telling you that it really, really can. Like 100% it could. Because I went from this place where I no longer wanted to be here in the physical form to the point where I'm at now is I don't ever want to leave. Like you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to be here. Now I want to leave. And that all happened by just changing different things and realizing that it was okay to talk to someone and it was okay. And and for anybody, whether you're male or female, I'll say this really quick before I forget it. But when it comes to therapy, talking to someone is really awesome. There's a lot of free places you can go to if you don't have insurance and stuff like that. State places that do it, and they might not be the best psychiatrists, and they might not be the best thing, but they're irrelevant. If I'm being honest with you, the people you're talking to are irrelevant. It's the fact that you're talking to someone that makes the difference.
Yes.
Who you're talking to is irrelevant. But yeah, I just want to say that because when I speak to and where I was going with it is I speak to therapists and psychiatrists and stuff like that, but I only speak to them for a max of 6 to 8 months, and then I switch. So I was talking to I forgot who I was talking to about this, but I literally say it, and I say, and the reason I say it like this is because when I go personally to therapy for something, it's for something that's happening in my life, right? So I want to go to therapy to help me understand that or help me feel better about that. So when I get over it, right? When I get to the point where I do feel better, when I get to the point where I understand why I was feeling sad or why it triggered me, I switch psychiatrists at that exact moment. My last session, we don't need to see each other. You helped me with my problem. If I have another problem, I'm going to find someone else. And the reason I find someone else is because you helped me with what I needed here. Now I have a problem here. If I put them together, you're going to always see this problem. And my new therapist is only going to see this problem because this problem is already fixed. But my old therapist is going to say, well, maybe because of this. So it's okay to switch therapists. I know there's a lot of people that might watch the show and understand, and if they're therapists, I apologize. I'm not trying to take money out of your pockets. I'm just explaining the way I do things, which makes sense to me in my mind. But it's perfectly fine because I did other people that I've spoken to, they say like, oh, I've been seeing the same lady for like 5 years. Like she knows your whole life. So when you speak to her, certain things that might not be because of this, she's gonna know about this.
Right.
So she might bring it up and be like, well, maybe it's because for me, like let's say for me, she'll be like, oh, maybe it's because your dad wasn't around your whole life.
Right.
Like, no, I'm over that already. That I've made peace with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't bring that up. That's why, like, I forgot who I was saying it to, but literally, I say that like I say I don't. Like I said, I've done a lot of bad things. I wasn't always this really nice person. I wasn't really this open-minded person and stuff like that. And it it doesn't even matter to me anymore because I've forgiven myself. You get what I'm saying? So like if the people didn't forgive me, and
It doesn't matter.
that's on you, man. That's on you. You got to deal with that because me personally, I'm healed. Like that's irrelevant to me, and that's what having power of your life. That's what that sounds like. So, but now I'll go back. So yeah, so once I lost the weight, and it was over. Honestly, the minute I started to physically look and feel better, my career went from here to like, yeah, that was it. Because then I was in front of everything. I was the one talking about it. I was at the shows. I was at the seminars. I was at the trade shows. I was at the wedding expos. I was everywhere because I wanted. My food hasn't changed, but my attitude on life and my attitude on everything changed. So it's like if you knew me, you got to relearn me because I'm not even that same person. Like I don't even know who that person is. Like sometimes people be talking and I'm just like, you got to know who you're talking about. And like, oh, you don't remember? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't know who you're talking about.
Right.
Like that person doesn't exist. That person is dead. That person has died, and I'm perfectly fine. I have like a phoenix. I've came back from the ashes, and I say that, and it's cliche and funny, but it's so accurate for my life. Like I was homeless. Like I was homeless. I was living in a car. Like you get what I'm saying? Like to come from that and to be able to sit here, shit, even right here in my basement, to be able to sit here and look at the life that I have.
It's
I'm
beautiful.
not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here.
It's crazy. I'm so sorry you went through all that, but I feel like it's part of your power, it's part of your path, to like be here
I'm
and
not
talk
sorry.
about it, right?
Yeah,
Because
I'm not
if
sorry. Honestly, it's
your life was perfect, then you have nothing to talk about, right?
I always say that.
It's always
If
been
you had a perfect life, you're boring. You got nothing to talk about. I can't trust anybody who's never had a struggle. Like I just can't. I don't trust you. I don't trust you because if so the reason I don't trust anybody who's never been through a struggle, because when times get rough, you're gonna go. You're gonna leave because you don't know what the fuck it is to struggle. So you're gonna leave. You're gonna run away and go. I can't do it. I can't. It's either and it's like either we in this together or we're not. And it's okay if we're not. There's people that I know. Listen, I have friends that I have friends that are in jail. I have friends that are in the Navy. I have friends in the Marines. I have friends who are police officers. I have friends who sell drugs. I have friends who are professors, psychiatrists. I have doctors, dentists. These are all friends of mine. I've been in rooms with super duper important politicians. I've been everywhere, and I can sit and talk to every single one, and I don't care about any of them. I don't care what you do outside of it. I don't care if you sold drugs the minute you got out of my house and went somewhere else. That's none of my business.
right.
When you're with me, I learn. I can learn from everybody. I don't care what you do for a living. Hustle is hustle, man. Hard
Yeah.
work is hard work. Like you can't fake that. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of stuff, but you can't fake like results. You can't fake results. You can't. Like everybody says, oh, for me personally, they're like, oh, you're always doing this. You're always doing so much. You never rest. You never rest. You're always doing this. You have so many businesses. Yeah, I do. I do. And the reason I do that is because there's probably right now, there's a 10-year-old kid cooking at home who's probably going to be better than me one. But the reason that he'll never know he's going to be better than me is because I'm never going to stop working.
Mhm.
So when I stop working, which is in 7 years, um, I have a 10-year plan. I'm in
When
year
you're
three.
50?
I'm 51.
When you're 51.
Yeah, I'm done. No more work. Like I'll still own everything. I won't be in there working. I'll
Right.
be in the beach somewhere
Yes.
renting. I'm gonna be renting jet skis and scooters.
Yes.
I want to like have long blonde hair, and just live on the beach.
Tanning all the time.
That's it. I want to be. I want to be like like the gringuitos when we're on a holiday. They're like all tan with the streak hair. I just want to sit there. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to. You want a jet ski? That's
I love that. I really
I don't
do.
want to do nothing. But that's what it is for
That's what we
me.
work for.
Yeah. Like I see people and like they work till they're like 70 or 80 years old, and I'm just like, what are you gonna do then?
Yeah.
What are you
That's
gonna do?
us. That's not gonna be us.
Not me. I go away once a month. I go away once a month for my mental health. literally so that I can, and it doesn't have to be like a trip. Like lately, I've been going away. I was in DR last week. Next week, I'll be in Jamaica. But like lately, I've been going away. But most of the time, I'll just go away down the shore, or not even down the shore. I'll go to AC, or I'll go to the Poconos, or I'll go somewhere like that, just for like 2 to 3 days, just so I can literally get away from stuff and then come back to it. Like last Thursday, I got home at like 11:45. I was at Restaurant Depot at 10 in the morning. Like I go from having a blast, vacation, chilling, drinking to the next day. Like I wasn't even there. Now it's work. That passed. Now we're working. And that's how I live it for me, because again, that's how it's easy for me to control. If I do the same thing, it's easy for me to control. I
Structure.
eat the same thing. I eat the same thing every morning. I eat the exact same thing like every day.
What do you?
I'm For breakfast. Oh, I have 3 boiled eggs and coffee. And if I'm like starving, then I'll make the 3 boiled eggs. Put a little mayonnaise and then put them on a sandwich and make a little egg salad. But I eat the same thing every day. Just like every single day. If I'm home, I eat the same thing every day. If I'm away on vacation or something like that, then whatever they have. But most of the time, it's just 3 boiled eggs, and that's how it. But that's how, again, like you were saying, the structure and the discipline to get to where I am. And this is for anybody, whether it's your business, whether it's your life, whatever it is. If you just do same things every day, it becomes a routine. Do it on the days, and on the days that you don't want to do it, do it twice, because you're gonna hate it, right? Yeah, no, you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it, but then you're just gonna become used to it, and then your body's gonna thank you. And that's what people don't understand. Like they don't, like your mind and your body control your entire life.
Yes.
Your entire life. You're in a bad mood, you get headaches. You're in a bad, like you don't drink enough water, you're dehydrated. You get chapped lips, you get dry mouth, you get bags under your eyes, you get wrinkles by not drinking water. Like literally by not drinking water. Like, are you kidding me? Like you could just drink water. Like, and there's people that complain
As
about
simple
this.
as that. As simple as that.
But that's what I mean. Like there's like you can control, if you give your body the right stuff, you can control your life. I for years. So my company started as a meal prep company. Well, I started as a catering company many moons ago. And then I started a meal prep company, right? And this was like the biggest like smack in the face, right? Because I started a meal prep company to help people lose weight, right? I never ate any of the stuff I made, right? Like I made it for everyone else because everyone else was disciplined. I wasn't disciplined. I was just about the money. I was young. I was younger. I needed to get paid. I had child support. Like I didn't care about fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I just needed bills to get paid.
Right.
So I did what people wanted, which was meal plans at the time, and it was amazing. And it built me to the point where I am now. Like honestly, that business took me to where I am now. And those people were disciplined, and those people lost weight, and those people did all the right stuff. And here I was, this big guy at 300 something pounds selling this stuff. And then I have my delivery drivers drop it off at their house, and I would be at like KFC with like a bucket of chicken and mashed potatoes. Like, so it's like when you change that, right? And then I changed the way I ate, and then no more diabetes. I had no more high cholesterol. I had no more high blood pressure. I didn't have sleep apnea anymore. I used to stop breathing in my sleep 47 times a minute.
Wow.
Like that's like literally you could die
Yeah.
of how big I was, and I wasn't able to breathe at night. I had to sleep with a mask. I had to sleep with a mask so I can keep breathing.
What I was going to say was, I know that I kind of, sorry, I interrupted you earlier.
No, you're fine.
What I wanted to say was that sometimes, you kind of know what you should be doing, but you're not in that mental space or capacity to actually take those steps, right? Because at the moment you were trying to survive, right? You didn't think about like, eating healthy or like doing all the whole nine, right? You just wanted to survive. You wanted to get to like point B, right? And when you're in that space, it's hard for you to even think about implementing these things because they require so much of you. They require so much clarity and mindset change that you didn't have.
They require work.
Yeah.
That's what they require. And
Yep.
that's what people are scared of. They just require work. All those things require work. Discipline requires work. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can't eat. Okay. Even if you work anywhere in the world, if you work at an office, right? And your job is to answer phones and make appointments. If you don't pick up the phone, you can't do your job. Right? So you just can't, because they're going to fire you, because obviously no phone calls have been picked up, no appointments have been made. The same thing with your life. The same thing with your life. You're literally going to kill yourself if you don't put in the work. You're literally just taking time away from yourself if you don't do stuff. That's all you're doing. So although people want to be like cuddly and like hold people and try to make them feel better, I'm not that guy. Like I'm not and I'm not that guy because I thought that I wanted someone to be nice and be caring and say, oh, we understand, and like rub your back and be like, things are going to get better. I thought I wanted that, right? And then when that guy told me that I wasn't going to see my son's 15th birthday, I was a smack in the face, right? So that shit made me realize, yo, all those people that coddle you, they're just enablers. That's all they are. They're enablers. They're the ones that make you feel okay that you're feeling bad. Like that doesn't make sense to me. You can't tell me that it's okay to feel bad. You should say, like, you should have people around you that want to say, like, hey, why do you feel bad? Like, what's bothering you? Or what's going on? Can we talk about that? Instead of like the whole, it's okay, things will get better, hopefully. But like, no, like I'm the guy that's gonna be like, yo, meet me at the gym. And if you don't meet me at the gym, I'm gonna post you on Instagram. And I'm gonna say, look at this fat fuck, he didn't want to go to the gym today. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Because I had a guy, my one of my closest friends, also my barber, Sean. Sean was he's like I said, he's been my barber, and men and their barbers, so we don't play those games. So Sean is yeah. So Sean's been my barber for a long time, and Sean was the first one that helped me in the path of changing my life. Like he's the one that was like, yo, we gotta go to the gym. And I'm like, I'm not going to the fucking gym. Get the fuck out of here. It's not happening. And he's like, bro, you gotta go to the gym. We gotta be there at 6 in the morning. I used to get home at 6 in the morning. What the fuck are you talking about 6 in the morning? I ain't going to no gym. And then I ended up going to this gym with Sean, and it was a CrossFit gym. And it was dope. It was so awesome. I started to learn discipline and learn. I wasn't really losing weight though. I was just getting really strong, right? Which is weird because I was just working out. I wasn't really working on myself. I was just working out because that's what we did. We would just go there, we would work out, we would do all that stuff. And then after a while, I started working out and working on me. And then that's when everything changed.
Yeah.
Then the weight started to go down, all this other stuff. But literally, Sean is the type of guy that I have now become, which is just like, this is black and white. There's no gray area. It's black and white. It's either you want to get better, you want to feel better, or you just like people to feel sorry for you. That's my opinion, and I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm just saying that if you talk it out, you can get more help than if you hold it in. And if you hold it in because you're afraid to talk to people, or you're afraid that someone's going to be harsh with you, me, when I curse, when I yell, when I'm harsh, is because I care. If I don't care about you as a person and we're having a deep conversation, my tone would stay very the way it is right now, just calm, because I don't know you, and I don't really like, you might not, in my opinion, you might not really have an issue. You're just making an issue so that, because a lot of people nowadays make issues so that it could be about
Right.
them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I'm not the guy. I'm just the guy that's gonna tell you the truth all the time, like whether you like it or whether you don't, especially when it comes to your mental health, because it's a joke. It's a joke. Everybody, we're not supposed to have mental health problems. We're men. We're supposed to go to work, and we're supposed to. It's like, I don't. It doesn't make sense to me, and I
I love
feel
the
like,
fact that you brought up, Sean, because I feel like the importance of mentors and people around you that really push you, right? Like that's so, so important.
oh,
And
I have a
the
support team.
influence, yeah, the influence that it has on you, obviously self-development, like you
Mhm.
said, wanting to get better. Like if you don't look for the resources, if you don't seek the people, if you don't hear the people around you, you're gonna stay where you're at. That's it.
100%. 100%.
And I know that you also read, so I wanted to kind of pick your
Hmm.
brain about that. Like, what books do you recommend for our readers to look into?
So one thing I only have two things in front of me. And this is what helps me. And this book right here literally was like one of the pillars that helped me change my life. And it's called Eat the Frog.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. So
Okay.
it's from Brian Tracy. It's called Eat the Frog, and it is literally
Maybe.
21 great ways to stop procrastinating.
I'm gonna write that down. Eat the
Yeah.
frog.
Yeah, it's called Eat the Frog. Right there.
Got
It's
it.
a really good book. It's on Amazon, a couple dollars on Amazon. It's an amazing book. It holds you accountable and makes you stop procrastinating. I've always, um, not always, because I've gotten a little better. I thrive under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my amazing superpowers. So when it comes to procrastination, for me, it's become very important to try to stop it, because I would wait till like the day before a huge event to really get ready, because that's how I loved it. I loved the rush and all that other stuff, but then it was affecting my life because I would do that, and then for the next 2 days I'd be dead to the world.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I couldn't do nothing. So I trust me, read this book. It's a good book. And then
I need that.
another thing that I do is I journal.
Yes, I love that.
So I journal. This one is actually it's called Mind Journal, and it's uh journaling for men. So
Ooh.
this journal book is actually dedicated in the way the questions are, and the way they ask you for your days and in and outs is really made for men. So it's amazing, and it's called the Mind Journal, and it's a 30-day one, and you could just, I mean, I buy them every 30 days, but it's journaling, and if you don't want to buy them over and over, you could just practically use the same stuff on a different notebook and stuff like that. But I do it because I want to make sure all the books for me have like the dates and stuff like
Right.
that. So it's important for me. But journaling and writing down your feelings and writing down how you feel can help you, especially if you don't like to talk about it. So if you don't like to talk about it, you can write about it, right? And then you can do what I used to do, which is very random and a way for you to understand it. You can take a copy or duplicate it on another piece of paper and give it to a stranger,
Interesting.
because you might not know them and they definitely don't know who you are. So you give them that and they read it. If they happen to read it, you taking the step to tell someone. So
Wow.
your mind will think that you've asked for help, and then it'll be easier to accept help.
I like
So
that.
that's how it works.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing those gems. I mean, so far I know it's gone like over, but it's like so good. So I am going to kind of wrap up because I know I want to be mindful of your time. I
I
know you
appreciate it.
have tons of things to do. Um, but could you give us your final words and conclusion of our conversation? Could you give, like, if someone was like really like struggling, I know you mentioned like seeking help and talking to somebody, but like just like remembering in those dark moments that you were before, like what are things or like what is a toolkit? Let's say like a little toolkit that you would recommend for someone to like have to like kind of get out of that dark space.
So, okay. So there's different ways. So for me, I would say if you are a parent, and you're in those dark ass fucking days where life, no matter what you're going through, no matter how good you're trying to be, life is just unfair, let's say. Um, yeah, think about your kids at that moment, if you're contemplating, um let's say drastically, if you're contemplating suicide, or if you're contemplating hurting yourself or hurting someone else, stop for 2 seconds and think about your kids. Think about what you would do to your kids if you're no longer in their life.
Mhm.
I don't care how bad you're struggling or anything like that. The love that your kids have or the love that your kids show can help and cure that. So if you're feeling like that, just think about your kids. And if you're not a parent and you're still feeling that way and you have no kids to look at or anything like that, it's a simple statement that has changed my life. And I will say it. So the one thing that is guaranteed in life besides death is change.
Mm.
So if things are going horrible and everything seems like it's against you, just try your very, very hardest to stay strong, because that's going to change. And if everything is going really, really, really good and you're on top of the world and all that shit, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Have as much fun as you can. Do everything you ever wanted to do, because that too is going to change.
Yeah, that's
So
the
whether
only
you're
thing
happy,
that
it's going to
change.
change. And whether you're sad, it's going to change.
Yeah,
That's just life.
I love that.
So that's the only thing I would say to anyone, especially if you're not a parent, because parents, when it comes to us, parents are different.
Mhm.
You can ask your mom right now. Your mom would take a bullet for you right now, this second. Before you shoot yourself, before you cut yourself, your mom would do that. So you have to think about it. You would do that for your kids. So why would you take that privilege away from them? I grew up without a dad. I'm divorced, and I am as much as I possibly can, as I am an active father, because I don't want my kids to have to struggle the way I struggled without having a dad.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's my advice, honestly, is that change. Everything changes, and you can control your entire life when you can control your mind. That's it. There's nothing you can't do. Honestly, listen, I say it all the time. Honestly, I have taken steps where I'll just seclude myself from certain things for a certain amount of time, because I want to prove to myself that I am in control
Mm.
of situations. So if I say I'm not going to drink for 45 days, I'll be at 100 parties and I won't have a drink of alcohol, because I need to know that I'm still that strong. So
Yeah.
that's why it's important to figure out what helps you become strong and what helps you become disciplined. Because the minute you realize that, you control everything. You control everything. There's nothing in this world that you can't control. You just can't. Emotions, sadness, happiness, you can control it all. If you're feeling like you're in a bad mood, you can do something to change it, because you've learned certain things to change it.
Right. You're aware of it. And that's the first
You're
step.
aware, and you're aware. Well, the first step is admitting that we have a problem. No,
You have to
isn't
know
that
you have
the
a
drug?
problem and then you
Isn't
admit.
that the drug, like the drug slogan? You gotta admit you have a problem. No,
I really want to get personal here, but this is the last question, I promise.
go.
Be something that you would tell little Lucky.
Oh,
Go back.
oh, like how little lucky.
Or the
There's
one that
stages
needs
of
the
my life.
most, right?
No. So the one that needs it the most, the little kid that needed it the most. What would I say to him? it'll be worth it.
Mm.
It'll be worth it.
I like-
Everything, yeah. Because I don't, like I said, I don't want to change anything that happened to me. I don't. I'm a testament. I am a testament. I would know.
Yes.
I literally I said I slept on the floor. I slept in my car. I've slept in a jail cell.
Mm.
I just never slept on myself. That's it.
I love that.
I'm literally I'm a testament. I want everybody to see me.
Beautiful.
I want everybody to see me, and I want everybody to understand that. Listen, homeless, broke, poor, in jail, divorced, everything. I'm here.
You're
I'm
here.
here.
Oh my God, I just want to hug you right now. This is so beautiful. Like this is like I'm so happy that we had this conversation. Not because, you know, I feel
Thank you.
so warm and genuine in your story and I'm so empowered myself, but
Thank you.
I know that this is going to help so many people. And I'm
I
going to
hope it
follow
does.
this up because I want the world to know all about you and
Thank you.
everything that you have accomplished. And I'm pretty sure, you know, folks want to get in contact with you. So
Yep.
please share, you know, where they can find you or how they can reach you. And I'll also
So
share the show notes.
so the best way to reach me currently would be on Instagram. My personal page is at it's Chef Lucky. It's Chef Lucky with an IE. There's no Y. Please don't disrespect me. But no, but honestly, that's the best way. And listen, man, if you are on here and something is bothering you and you don't want me to know who you are, create a new Instagram and send me a message. I will anyone who watches this and is on my Instagram and my friends that reach out to me from time to time and only reach out to me when they're going through stuff and stuff like that, they know that I'm there for them. I am here for all of you. I promise you, I would rather hear about your problems than read about your death.
Yeah, that's
So
so genuine. Thank you so much, Luis.
thank you.
I don't know if I call you Luis or
Thank you. You
Lucky.
could don't say Daniel. That shit had me. I was like,
I don't know. I just saw it here. I'm like,
it's like Daniel. I was like, wait a my mother. No,
right,
but listen,
lucky,
thank you
lucky,
so
lucky.
much. Thank you so much for giving me the time and the platform to speak about this. And honestly, thank you because I think you're doing an amazing job, and I don't think you give yourself enough credit for what you're doing at the age that you are currently at, doing all this and advocating for mental health for men, for women, advocating for just troubles that we all go through in life and stuff like that, whether it's, you know, sexual abuse or domestic violence or anything like that. So I just wanted to say that I think you're doing an amazing job, and I am honored that, honestly, I'm honored that I was even thought of to be on this for this reason. Because a lot of the times people want to talk to me about cooking and all that other stuff. And I love talking about that too.
Don't
Don't get
get
me
me
wrong.
wrong. I'm a foodie. I
Yeah.
love food.
No, I'm just saying I love talking about that too. But for me, it's like there's more. There's more to me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? There's the
definitely.
cooking.
I learned so much.
Yeah, the cooking is secondary. It's secondary to me. It's something that happened to me. It's not something I chose. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that was gonna be my career. But I knew that once I healed myself and started feeling better, I knew that I could help people without food. So
Thank you so much for your genuine
thank
and
you.
kind words. This work is not easy, but it's possible. And you know, we are healing, you know, you are part of this healing process. You're always welcome to be here in all of my
Thank you.
platforms. Whenever you know you want. So thank you again for sharing your time, being vulnerable with us. I know this is
Absolutely.
hard, but you're doing it, and I'm
We're
so
good.
proud
We're good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly.
of you.
Remember to subscribe, share, and review our show. We love to learn your feedback and know how this information has impacted your life and how we can improve in the future.